This is Canada, just about the most gorgeous place on earth. And inside of Canada is my dad's house. And inside of my dad's house is my dad. And in today's episode, we're going to forge some upgrades for his house. Starting off, we have drawer handles. Now, I have a short explaining how to make these on my channel, so I won't do my typical voiceover. However, I will say that in order to hold the round stock that we forged these out of, we made this awesome pair of tongs. And actually, this is what the entire time lapse has been up to this point. Now is when we started forging the drawer pulls themselves. Anyways, here's a quick little montage of how we made these. Enjoy the blacksmithing ASMR. So yeah, I think that these ended up looking really great. They're long enough that you can get your fingers behind them, and I think that the colors actually look fantastic together. We've got 11 in the kitchen, so we've got all these ones up here, and we've got 2 over here in the bathroom, and they tend to line up very well when they're in pairs. Hey, speaking of the bathroom, next up is a toilet paper holder. A welcome change from this obnoxious chrome. This is a really simple design. You just take a bit of flat bar, hammer in 3 fullers all on the same side, put 2 twists in, and bend at the fullers. I also burnt the ends of some screws and finished them in beeswax for the sake of the matching color. This is a super simple design, but I like that for a toilet paper holder because you shouldn't have to think about art while you're on the john. If you want a more complicated version of this, you can always make a paper towel holder. Firstly, I flattened out the end of 1/4-inch square stock. This gave me a flat section to punch my holes for screws. I also put a hollow scroll in there for reasons that will become clear shortly. Then, on the other end, I forged down a taper for a classic, albeit very large, scroll. From there, it's not dissimilar to the toilet paper holder in the sense that I just forged in my fullers and bent on my corners. However, after the main body was done, comes the extra part. We found this old rusty ball bearing that we drilled a hole through for a rod that we riveted over on the end. From there, we cut it to length, bent it, and put it through the open scroll that I was just talking about. In case you're unclear on how this design works, this ball is a weight that is going to act as a third hand, so when you pull your paper towel out, you can rip it with one. Now, the last thing we forged is more of a shop upgrade than a home upgrade, but I'll say that's close enough to put in the video. Firstly, we punched 2 holes into a railroad spike, trying to make them a consistent size. Then, we forged down a shoulder on a piece of round bar and used a monkey tool in a not perfectly advised way to make a nice clean shoulder on the end. Then, do that one more time to get the other tenon. Then it's just a matter of getting them hot and riveting them over inside of the railroad spike, making a really solid handle. Then we drilled and tapped holes in the back of the bars, and I gave it a very healthy and thick finish of beeswax since it's going to live outside and getting rained and snowed on constantly. Then we just bolted onto the door and voila. I'm actually super happy with how this came out, and if I ever have a barn or something that needs a handle, I am for sure redoing this design. It's also far enough from the wall that it would work great with gloves on too, which is important for some place that gets really cold. And those are all the upgrades. I think they look great, but obviously I'm biased. I loved forging with such a gorgeous backdrop, and if it ever happens again, I hope to see you there. Have a great day.
Oh yeah, that was easy, that was easy. Woohoo! Woohoo! Yeah, baby. Oh, get it, pull it. Come on.
Oh, that's burning rubber. Yeah. Jesus, man.
Oh yeah! Yeah!
It looks like shaper chips almost. They're cold too. That's weird, that's just scaled.